am Gregory Hallows, and this is Preserve Halloween Podcast. So, for the first time ever, I am attempting to record a podcast while I work on some other things. Things have been crazy, so I wanted to make sure I didn't skip another week. I've been on vacation. I went to Texas. Getting ready for another event because my live events company is kicking back off again, so I'm actually able to work, which is wonderful, but it also reminds me of how busy that things can get. But those are all excuses, and those are my problems, so I don't want to neglect doing the podcast because I actually, I love doing it, and there's so many things I've wanted to talk about. I just haven't sat down and done it. So today, while I am packaging up some Halloween Preservation Society memberships, I decided to turn the recorder on and just record a podcast. And, if you've listened for a while, you know that sometimes I tend to ramble, and I don't always have a specific topic to talk about. This is definitely one of those cases. There is a lot that I am researching because there's some cool stuff that I'm working on for the Preserve Halloween Fest at the end of the year in Irving, and I'm working on some kind of cool stuff that I want to share later. One of the things, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to make a giant one of the I can't even remember what they're called now, but basically the fortune games that used to be very popular for Halloween. I'm trying to make a really giant one of those, not just so people can see what they look like, but so people can play it. I'm hoping that it's one of those things that people want to try for themselves, and it brings a little of the history of Halloween to the event, which is, what I'm hoping to do. Speaking of the fest, I did just announce Justin Mabry, who is one of the founders of Trick or Treat Studios, who do all the wonderful masks, and they've done a lot of the Halloween masks, the Halloween movie. Justin's a really great artist. He's also a huge comic book nerd, and he's from, Mississippi, which is always great for me because living here, sometimes a lot of us don't realize how much talent and great things that our state has to offer because it kind of gets lost in some of the stereotypes that, southern states tend to have. But, I'm excited to add him. He's a great guy. He lives in California now. He's flying to Texas to be with us, and I'm hoping we can work out a way that he brings some of his masks with him for everyone to see. His stuff is great work. I buy something from Trick or Treat Studios every year for Halloween. I love the work that they do. Anyway, before this turns into an infomercial or gets too weird, what I wanted to talk about today was it's a topic that I've spoken about before, and it's not necessarily a Halloween specific topic, but it's something that I've gone through recently and I've gone through in the past, and I'm going through, relatively consistently, is imposter syndrome. A lot of us that do anything that has to do with the public oftentimes wonder if anybody cares, or people just don't think we know what we're talking about, or if, you're going to get questioned on everything that we say is, what our beliefs are, or, what we think. So I would just want to reiterate, because I've done it before and I think it helps some people, but I wanted to reiterate, a lot of us, or if not all of us, go through some form of imposter syndrome at some point, and it's okay, because I think that's it's natural to question what you know. And if you don't, I think it's more odd that if people don't question or don't have imposter syndrome than if they actually do. There's very few people that I think can say that they've never had that issue. So for all of us that are always wondering if what we're doing is good enough or if anybody cares, or, just those questions that nag, especially with artists. And I'm not an artist per se, but I am putting out a product to the world. So I guess I fall in that category. But I question myself all the time. Am I good enough? And am I the person to be doing this Halloween Preservation Society? So I just want everyone to know they're not alone, and we all go through it. And, you never know who's watching or paying attention to what you're doing until, somebody comments or says something. And generally, the problem is a lot of times when you get comments, they're negative. So, try to make more positive comments. Try to give people encouragement on what they're doing. Let people know you like their stuff. Let people know, that you enjoy what they're putting out, because, it's nice to hear sometimes. But the other thing I wanted to talk about on the podcast today was some of the things I've been up to. I went to Texas, like I said, and I visited the gas station, which is, where a lot of things, I guess, spoiler alert, for 40, 50 years later, but it's where a lot of things happened during Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a really cool place. People that run it were super nice. And I've had a few people ask, do they actually sell barbecue? And yes, I posted the menu when I posted the pictures from when I stopped by there. And I could do it again if anybody wants. But I bought a hat. I bought my wife a shirt. Just wanted to support what they're doing. It's really cool when someone loves something so much that they build a house based on it, like Kenny did in, North Carolina for the Myers house. Or, you own the gas station where Texas Chainsaw Massacre is filmed. So things like that are just awesome to me. Somebody loves something so much that they make it part of their life. And I love seeking that stuff out. I also stopped by Scream Hollow. It wasn't open. They're actually working on everything right now, getting it ready for the upcoming Halloween season. Never was able to meet up because, they're just super busy. But my wife and I and my kids, we wanted to drive over and just, see it. Just to say I've been there. I know where it is now. So when I go back to Texas, I can visit. It's in a really cool location. For anyone that's never been there, it can't be in a more perfect spot for a haunted house or a haunt attraction. They also are, on site building a international Halloween museum, which that's what I really wanted to see. That's what I wanted to go for. I cannot wait till it opens. I think October 1st is the official opening date. I'll check that and make sure, but I cannot wait. Because as I've spoken on many times on the podcast and just in general, my goal and one of my things I've always wanted to do is open a Halloween museum, because I want to share the things that I'm getting, and I want to share the information that I'm finding, and I just want to have a place where people who love Halloween can visit and see a lot of the things that I own, or, and that's what these guys are doing, Norm and the other, Glenn, the other people with the Scream Hollow. This International Halloween Museum I cannot wait. It's like Christmas, candy store, birthday, whatever you can think of positive. That's what it's going to be like for me when I finally are able to visit. So I'm planning on that for later this year. I will try to find out more information from him and, post it online and, share more of this. It's always fun to find people that love Halloween and love just anything in general as much as you do. So it's great that they're doing that. And, I'm hoping that we can get them out for the fest in November. Everyone's schedules are nuts, but we'll see. Um, what else do I want to say? Oh, I picked up some new General Foam blow molds. They're unpainted, which are crazy. I just recently posted images of those. I got a really great gift box from Home Depot after I did the interview with their head of holiday marketing, and I'm about to post that on the website. I've already posted basically the script of it on the Facebook pages, but I'm going to add it to the website too, just in case, there's a lot of people. It's hard to imagine, but it is the case. Not everyone uses Facebook or Instagram or any Twitter or whatever. So I try to make sure I post things on the website too, because I'm not really, I guess, doing a horrible job driving traffic to it, but I need to make sure that I'm posting all that information there. Like I said, I'm packaging up some stuff. I just drew, I don't know when it started, but I just started drawing stuff on people's packages when I mail it out. And that's become a tradition for me. Sometimes it's just a little sketch that, takes me a few minutes. Sometimes I get super into it and go overboard. And, I really enjoy drawing again. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and I just stopped because, like most things, you don't make time for everything. And I think going through the pandemic the past year has taught me to take more time to do the things I really love. It doesn't have to be work, work, work all the time. And luckily for me, what I do for a living anyway is fun, but it's still work. So I'm trying to take the time out to do things I enjoy just for fun. And drawing is one of them, definitely. I've drawn a lot of fun sketches. I hope everyone enjoys them. I've heard a few people tell me they've framed them and put them on their walls, which is crazy to me, because I never imagined anyone would, care that much. But thank you for those of you who are enjoying my artwork. I hope that it, brings a smile to your face, and these packages I'm sending out, bring a smile to your face, because that's the best part for me. Just imagining when people get these, that it just makes their day. I've seen some posts where people tell me, they weren't expecting the package to come, and then when it does, it just, change the day for them. And that's crazy to me. Like, that's so great. But I'm hoping too that this is, a result of the Halloween Fest too, that I'm hoping that those same smiles come when we all get to, or, a lot of us get together in November and, are able to meet some of the people we might not have met before. I'm super excited. I love doing live events. I love meeting people. I love trying to make people's days or weekends or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think I've rambled now for almost 15 minutes, which isn't surprising to me. And I don't know if I've said one thing that has anything to do with what I intended on talking about. But look on the social medias. I'm going to be doing some giveaways for some of the stuff I've been picking up at the stores around town, because, I've been seeing a lot of code oranges. I think that's what people are calling them when you see Halloween stuff. Lots of code orange, lots of cool Halloween things are starting to show up in stores, which is always fun to see. I love when the rest of the country catches up to how much we all love Halloween. I don't get upset about it, like, oh, posers, you only like Halloween at, October. I don't care. I just love seeing Halloween. I don't care if everything's pumpkin spiced. Like, I just love it. I really wish the weather would change. This 98, 100 degree weather where I am in the South is really hard to deal with when you're wanting fall weather. But where I live, we don't really get fall anyway. I think the lowest, we might get in the 70s and 60s, or, during this time frame. And that's cool for us. Like, that feels wonderful. But, the weather's, nature starts to change. Everything, it's hard to explain fall in the South because it's still hot, but there's a very significant difference in a lot of things. So like I said, I've said this before. My birthday's in August. On my birthday is when I officially start decorating for Halloween. And I don't care. I think people have come to expect it. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's kind of my birthday present to myself. And I haven't figured out what I'm doing this year because I, I can't get that elusive 12-foot skeleton. I really want one of those to put up my house. But my luck, my dog would probably try to eat it. So maybe I should wait until she's calmed down. She's still in that puppy chewing everything phase. So maybe some of the Halloween decorations this year are going to have to compensate for her not being able to chew them up. But let me know what you guys are finding at stores. I will, like I said, I'll post up some of these contests. I've got a few things sitting in my office waiting to do giveaways for. I'm been collecting some autograph things for people. I'm probably going to do some raffles at the Preserve Halloween Fest. I want to do some raffles for some charities like Ween Dream and the Bat Sanctuary in Texas and maybe a few other things, but those are two of the main ones right now. But as always, preserve Halloween.